Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to my panel, Dr. Nasim Nias Ahmad. My name is Nur Ilham Shahira binti Maliki and my matric number is 1934 and 21. My supervisor, Dr. Shamsul Herman bin Muhammad Afandi, and now I will present about measuring the recreational value by using travel cost method at Garden Forest Reserve. This is my table content. My study site is at Garden Forest Reserve. Garden Forest Reserve is located at north of Selangor State Park and it is taken as one of the largest forests in the northern Selangor. As we can see in the map, Garden Forest Reserve is located near to Kuala Kubu Baru, which is famous with recreation places such as the Chili River Fish Sanctuary, Sungai Ingki, Millennium Park, Rentas Adventure and Camp Bina Semangat. And the type of recreation activities that we can do at Garden Forest Reserve, which are paragliding, water tubing, road swing, zip line, picnicking, jungle trekking, whitewater rafting, cycling and fishing. Problem statement of the study, which are the tourism area is one of the natural resources that can be categorized as non-market goods, which are their economic value difficult to calculate. Garden Forest Reserve is included in the category of non-market goods. Therefore, the recreational value of the Garden Forest Reserve is very difficult to assess. So, I produced this study to estimate the recreational value of the Garden Forest Reserve by using travel cost method. The calculation of the recreational value helped the government in improving tourism policy as well as recreational area equipment can be improved. Research objective in this study, first to determine the factors that influencing the visitation of Garden Forest Reserve. Second, to estimate the consumer surplus in Garden Forest Reserve. Third, to estimate the recreational value in Garden Forest Reserve. Research question, what is the factor that influence the visitation of Garden Forest Reserve? Second, how much the consumer surplus in Garden Forest Reserve? And third, how much recreational value of Garden Forest Reserve? Significance of this study, which are this study is able to show the potential of national tourism. Second, the value of the forest can be known by using the assumption of PCM. Third, this study can be beneficial in the tourism industry and allow the government to make consideration in upgrading and developing recreation area as developed tourism area by investing millions of ringgit Malaysia. Next, I move to next section, which is theory. Recreation defines as vacation, relaxation, and freshness. Recreation is where people spend their leisure time to relax and do leisure activities that give them pleasure. Recreation activities can relieve fatigue and relieve tension in the body. Economic value is the value based on economic consideration, whether there is financial gain from action of individual or group of individuals. There is a significant difference in economic value upon artistic value, and total economic value also refer to environment. This is the concept of total economic value. No market valuation method is classified as an environment that is not valued in the market. For example, without paying the entrance fee, visitors can enjoy and get high satisfaction when visiting a national park. This can cause the value or benefits of the goods or service not being able to provide any indications. Reveal preference method, which is a reveal preference survey where individuals make the best alternative choice. Reveal preference technique are used to measure choice based on observation of actual choice made by people. Travel cost method is where each tourist will bear the travel expense and the time cost when they head to their tourist destinations. Based on the number of trips taken by tourists, the value of the site can be estimated refer on how much their willingness to pay when visiting their chosen destination. Individual travel cost method is a function of total travel cost and to describe user behavior that may contribute by other variables. This method is based on the number of trips taken by visitors to the site. For consumer surplus, the travel cost method related with the idea of consumer surplus as it was calculated as function of travel cost that incurred to reach a location. Consumer surplus is really important in TCM, which is the value of the travel to visitors to recreational site can be known. In recreational site, consumer surplus is used to represent the recreational use value. For the literature review, Matthew et al. 2019 conduct a study to compare the benefit of travel cost technique and consumer surplus technique based on international visitor demand model. And the result shows that the consumer surplus average per diem consistent with the assumption of the travel person per trip per year was RM 3 ringgit 48%, and the rest literature review are being used in this study for reference. For methodology, individual travel cost method is used to estimate the value of recreational use from forest area that are used as recreational place. A multiple linear regression model is used to estimate the travel function. Individual travel cost method is used to assess the value of recreations. This is the function of ITCN in this study where visit is influenced by travel cost, time cost, satisfaction, perception, education, age and income. For measurement of variables, travel cost, time cost and income are measured in Malaysian currency, Ringgit Malaysia, which is RM. Perception and satisfaction are measured in Likert scale and mean, while age and education are measured in a year. For data analysis, the data were analyzed and to better understand, they were interpreted into words. The data from the questionnaire were coded and entered into Microsoft Excel and Stata. The objective of this study were analyzed and a statistical analysis was conducted. Multiple linear regression was used in this study to calculate the economic value, and then this is the equation for multiple linear regression. For result and discussion, result for multiple linear regression shows that there is no significant variables are found at level 5%, and this is mean that the independent variables are not related to the frequency of visit in this study. So I changed the regression model from multiple linear regression model to double log linear, and I found that there are 3 significant variables that are related to frequency of visit, which are travel cost, time cost, and education. And the value of R square is 14.51% of the visit, which explain the variation in visit by the independent variables. For consumer surplus can be obtained as -1 divided by the coefficient of travel cost. The value of coefficient travel cost has been selected from double log linear regression result because it was a better adjustment. So from the calculation of consumer surplus, it shows that consumer surplus in this study are RM per ringgit 62 cent per trip per year. And then for the total recreational value, to get it, consumer surplus per trip times with total number of visits to Garden Forest Reserve, and the result shows that the total recreational value of Garden Forest Reserve was RM 7,509,674. Based on the travel cost model analysis, it is clear that the recreational value of Garden Forest Reserve is substantial. For conclusion, I have been state the conclusion in the previous slide, so I skip to recommendation. For recommendation, the safety of the visitors in Garden Forest Reserve should be as priority because there is low safety around Garden Forest Reserve and there are a lot of complaints from visitors. The recreational activities need to be agreed by the management to make Garden Forest Reserve to be more attractive. For suggestion, consideration on modified data, the collection of the data, some of information need to be improved to get quality and accurate valuation findings. There are a lot of functional form can be applied such as semi-log, log linear and so on. So this is my experience while collecting data at Garden Forest Reserve with my friends. And thank you.